Yes, live. Hello.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Functioning.
Hope everyone is well.
All right.
Lots of bodies in already.
We got a decent count going.
Lots of bodies in already.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go pause, just pause that so it doesn't, you can still view the chat on the right.
Okay.
And then it won't use up the internet.
Look at our ugly mugs.
Oh, okay. Here we are. 2 camera setup this morning.
Camera action. That one's a little less. I feel like that one was invasive last week.
It was too invasive, yeah. I was too lazy to set up a second tripod, if you want me to be completely transparent. Let's welcome a couple new members to start the morning.
Time. Who do we have?
Sean, welcome. Glockenspiel for you.
Sean.
Did I? Oh, yeah. We need to enjoy the sound ourselves.
Oh, we have to.
Another new member, welcome.
Here we go.
Lovely.
What are they?
Good.
Big bracket day, pal.
It is big bracket day.
Big
bracket day. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I feel kind of like when I used to play hockey when I was younger and there was like a game that night. That's kind of how I feel. I feel a little butterflies, but excitement.
A little pressure to perform, isn't it?
There was
the big one.
A lot of people commented and tagged me on Instagram saying, "Oh, don't let me down. I like my Callaway. Don't let me down. I like my Cobra."
I think
I'm gonna let someone down. That's for sure.
It's fascinating to see people's alignment to brands to the point where it actually upsets them.
Yeah, there's now better than last year, I'll say.
A lot better than last year.
Less.
I felt like the mob were at the back door last year.
Last year was too much. Yeah, this year a few people were personally insulted by their personal driver losing, but for the most part, I think people understand the spirit, spirit of the action.
And a lot of people were taking it in jest, like when a driver would lose, like G410, like, oh, look at poor Matty's face, like he's devastated.
I was devastated. I'll be the first to admit it. I was legitimately sad.
You really were.
My driver.
So where does your, I think I know the answer, but where does your preference lie? Because a lot of people want to know that.
I don't want to say, because then people will go, oh, well, during the live he said he preferred that one, and that's why they picked it. So I'm not going to say.
Fair enough. You're trying to keep as open mind as possible and let performance be as it is.
The reality is I could play either of those and I could still play my own driver, and I would probably shoot a fairly similar score if we're being totally honest.
Well, yeah, and I've been thinking about some things with both drivers as well. Maverick, for example, if that's happened to win, there is a custom sleeve where you can go a bit flatter should you need to.
Oh, really? Like that tour sleeve thing?
Yep.
That's smart, because it's 58. I was reading, it's funny, you read my mind. I was looking at the website. I know the Sub-Zero is 56, and this is 58.
58, so there is a 2-degree difference.
And I had some seriously toe-up numbers with that over the weekend. So.
Yeah. But you've actually done quite well with toe-up driver.
It doesn't seem to bother me. No, it doesn't seem to make
dynamic lies. So, and also I think we should do a little fit. I know we've done a mini fit with each driver to get into the bracket, but I think we should do like
final fit,
like a max outfit.
I agree.
Like once we get it, how do we max the?
A bunch of people asked for that, so I think that would be fun. Yeah. I'd be happy to do that. Yeah, I think that the shafts that we've had in those drivers and the weight configurations have worked really well, but we only spent 15 minutes with each, which was frankly too much at the beginning. But like another half hour to make sure it's the best is smart. That's an interesting name, isn't it? I welcomed him already. He got his glockenspiel. All right, let's do it. Robert, welcome. Thank you.
Roberto.
You too. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too, pal.
We will do our best to keep doing these as much as we can. Lewis is asking, are Mizuno HMBs a good upgrade from Ping G410s? I would say they're different, Lewis. Ping G410s are super game improvement. HMBs are player's distance.
Yep, I think that's fair. Yep, very different head designs. I mean, can I give you a couple?
I will take a comment in the meantime. Something on the easy side. Something on easy street. Oh, Robert had a question. Robert, I'll get your question in 2 seconds.
So, I mean, if we look at those two, Matty, obviously sole width's quite different. Obviously, cavity size is quite different. Just, I mean, even toe to heel.
Yep.
Quite different.
Quite a bit different. So different category, Lewis.
G410's a really nice iron. I know there's 2 of our guys absolutely love it. I mean, I see orders get in all the time for those.
Nice. Okay, so Robert did have a question. Robert, I'm going to grab that. So Robert uses Cleveland launcher irons, recently changed his grips to standards, okay.
From the standard ones that came in.
Okay, to dry tack,
oversized.
How much would that have changed the swing weight?
Need to know what the original weight was, pal. So that's the key when it comes to
They're probably
grip weights.
tour velvets, would you guess?
Probably lighter than that, to be honest, Matty.
Really?
Yeah, trying to get a little bit less overall weight. But Robert, let me look into that one for you.
Sure.
Let me see if I can find out what the originals were. And,
sure. Dry tack AVS oversized. While I'm at it, guys, I'm trying to
70, 80 gram.
I'm trying to make the audio sync up perfectly with the picture. Let us know if it seems better or worse than last week.
Trying not to be like a bad Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah, I'm trying not to make it a dubbing exercise. If it's better, let us know. If it's worse, let us know. I can adjust it. Okay, while you do that, oh geez, no, I don't need you for all these. These are all shaft questions, of which I know nothing. Okay, urgent help. Game Project X 6.5 shafts, buying Callaway Apex Pro Dot irons. Okay. The set has KBS Money Taper 130X. Differences from Project X 6.5 to those?
Project X is a lot more tip stiff
Gotcha.
than those. So depends where you need the flex, my man. Depends if you need it down at the bottom. Do you need it more in the handle if you're an aggressive transition? Generally, most shafts soften a little bit in the midsection, generally speaking. I've been doing a lot of sort of reading up on as many different shaft profiles as I can. There's the odd one that has that kind of unique, very linear EI curve, but
right.
Or lack of a curve.
Lack of.
But there's most of them have some sort of butt stiffness, and then they get a little softer in the middle into a more tip stiff.
Gotcha. It's a great comment.
There you go. Pity to Phil, what a name. It's a great name.
Great name. Okay, I'm going to get something that isn't about shafts for 1 second.
Yeah.
We are not doing the bracket live final. We are filming it today, though. So it will be out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And a welcome for Andrew. Welcome, Andrew. All right, from Doug. Doug is asking, spinning his I-500s very, very, very high, and the I-210s even more so. How much would C-taper KBS shafts, lower spin?
Doug, my answer with these types of questions is always try not to do one thing. Try to do multiple things. Try to strengthen your lofts. Try your ball position back in your stance a little bit. Perhaps even try the lie angle upright a little bit.
Just upright to square the face.
If he's predominantly, this is going to be a loft issue.
Yes.
Right.
Too much dynamic loft.
Too much dynamic.
Gotcha.
So dynamic loft is often coupled with open face.
Okay.
Right. So if we can sort of get that lie angle a bit more upright, we will tilt the head back up a little bit. Sure. I mean, working on a little bit less deflection will help.
Makes sense.
But
less so, right?
Less so, a lot less. But
golf ball maybe adjustment?
Golf ball. So
good?
There's probably 5 different things that you could do to help yourself in this sense. So try to tick all of those boxes. So look at lie angle, more upright, loft a little stronger, shaft a little stiffer, ball position back a little bit. Make sure you're getting your weight into your lead side. That's going to shift your pressure forward. That's going to shift low point more down. That should help the handle stay forward a little bit easier. If you do all 5 of those things, you will not be spinning it. You'll be spinning it in the 6,000s for sure.
Which is good. This is a good question. I think you have an answer for this. So talking about the Sim Max and the Sim Max D driver and fairways. So Drake is a good player, obviously, but he does tend to miss it right with a fade or a push. Tested the D type and got good results. I'm not surprised. Give us your thoughts, because when we were on the tour truck with Wade said that he's built some Max Ds for tour players.
He has, for sure, yeah.
And driver.
Yep. Yeah, which is interesting, because predominantly the tour player has one request, that's just don't hit it left.
Please don't let me
Don't let me hit it left.
Yeah,
so,
no matter what.
obviously says a fair amount about their, the heads kind of type and where the CG is on those.
True.
Obviously fairly neutral. I don't know if that's necessarily a great thing for Tailor-Made. In a sense, because when you design a product, you've got three products. You've got one that's adjustable, you've got one that's neutral, and you should have one that freaking snap hooks, right? Because that's what you're using it for.
For sure you are. Yeah.
The other ones are adjustable to a point where you can subtly move them around. You want that one on the end of the scale just to be wild.
Kind of like Ping's SFT is like obviously a draw machine, and
it'd be interesting to do a test with those two.
Yeah, like who's the most draw bias?
Make a little note of that. That'd be a pretty good one, eh?
Yeah. Who's got the most draw bias driver?
Even set up at old Carnasty number 6 and kind of play them as a one-dimensional.
Start it out of bounds and hook it back. Sounds lovely.
SimD.
Robin's asking if we're safe and healthy. We are. Thank
you,
Robin.
Thank you very much.
Fine.
Keeping very well.
Yeah. We see almost no one on a weekly basis except each other and the wives.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I know a lot of you have been concerned, and some people have been really kind of kind and and they're concerned for us that even us doing this together, is somewhat of a risk. We've made a conscious effort to completely isolate ourselves outside of being here. It's the only reason we can do this right now.
It's home in here. There's
so
nowhere
literally,
else.
like, if I'm at home, I'm with Tracy and Noah and Ben, and literally Tracy, will go to the supermarket. She does all, she'll do whatever running about we need to do, and then when I'm with Matt, I'm only with Matt. So, I definitely appreciate obviously the concern, but
for sure.
We have as limited amount of exposure as a human can have right now.
I would agree with
that.
Which
is what makes us confident that we can still do this, keep our health, keep everyone else around us healthy, which is important too.
And mental health, which is equally important.
Yeah.
Give us something to do. Okay. I lost my place there for a moment. Are you still looking at those grips?
Yeah, let me. No. Oh, so I was just looking at.
Go. You can stay. I'm good. I'm back at the top still. You're good.
Okay, let's see.
You grab one that you want.
Rob is asking, is TXG merchandise still being sold and dispatched, or would you prefer to hold back orders for ethical reasons? No one is working at our manufacturing facility right now, so everyone has been sent home until further notice.
Yeah. So if you wanted to make an order, hold off for at least a few weeks because we can't ship it to you right now. I don't think we can get anything shipped to us either. So yes, we have to unfortunately put that on hold.
Yeah, I mean, you can get your order in and certainly get yourself in the queue.
Sure.
That'd be certainly, one thing I'd say is to stop any, missing the opportunity to even get the stuff. You can get your orders in, you'll be put in the queue like everyone else.
And we'll go as quickly as we can.
Yep.
When we get back to work.
Tommy Crenshaw moved from P790s with Dynamic Gold 105 to MP20 MMC, same shaft. Get the True Temper 105 X100. Having a hard time getting 5-iron to launch properly. Have other shaft suggestions, shorter irons, no problem. It's not really a shaft issue at that point, Tommy, unfortunately. So it's not really something a shaft is going to help you with. We just filmed a video over on what was it, Thursday last week we were together?
Yeah.
So we think we may have a little solution for you on that one. When does that video launch?
I'll probably put it out on Wednesday. Probably Wednesday. Tuesday will be bracket. Wednesday can be that hybrido video.
Okay. So we've seen a little trend with this with some people who have occasionally long iron issues. I wouldn't say you have long iron issues, but your long irons we saw could have been more optimized.
For sure.
And we made a little video on Thursday with a solution for that.
Definitely.
So stay tuned for that. Hopefully there's a good little answer on that. I just don't want to give it all away. So,
fair enough.
But Wednesday, Tommy, stay tuned.
Okay, Adam is asking about launch conditions based on your ball speed with the driver. So talking about what you would recommend for me at 175, 180, and then 100%. Someone who's 140, 150.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, when velocity changes, the requirement for the launch changes. So I was talking with yourself and Raphael on Thursday or Monday, and we were using the water hose analogy.
Give us that one.
Right?
I really like that a lot.
So who asked that question?
Adam.
Okay.
That's from Adam.
Okay, Adam. So think about a water hose. Okay, so one says Niels, can you grab those? That's the back door, but if you turn your water hose on, you've got X amount of water pressure. You just tilt the hose up. You're going to create a trajectory. Okay, so you're going to keep tilting that water hose up. The water is going to continue to go further until it reaches its tipping point, and then it starts to go back. So at the point where the water goes as far as it possibly can is obviously your optimal trajectory. If you turn that water hose up in pressure, that's the equivalent of ball speed, you're obviously going to change the velocity, you're going to change the peak of that water hose. So it changes depending on the output pressure, which is effectively in our world ball speed. So someone like Matt requires a much, much lower launch angle than someone who's swinging at 90 miles an hour, that type of thing. So hopefully that answers that. I know, quite right, quite right. Our boy Craig McAllister was watching the FSX course vlogs from last year. Old course in Pebble Beach ones were freaking awesome. I know, we really should. Get a little bit of the fun kind of back into. Maybe we were doing some FSX challenges, weren't we? True. Yeah, so maybe if we can get
next week.
Yeah.
Start back on the next week.
Yep, we enjoy those.
They're great.
Oh! Just recently became a member. Subscriber since 5,000
Wow.
subscribers. That was a while ago.
That was a while ago.
A wee while ago.
It would be almost 2 years ago at this point.
The Glockenspiel.
You know what? Like we should stream some of those FSX things. Because then we can chat and take questions while we're doing it.
Yeah.
Like if you're hitting, I can take a couple questions and vice versa.
Yep.
Plus, it saves me editing it, which takes forever. Not that I mind, but it does take forever.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's not like it's difficult to edit, but like think about how many shots we hit, how many times we have to move the quad and stuff.
I know.
It's too much. All right. Okay. This is going to be an interesting question.
Do you know what's so nice? See when you see all the emojis, obviously, and that's the members.
Yes.
And it's always like, morning fellas, morning from Sweden,
Hellos.
morning from Cali.
I love it.
So good.
I've definitely noticed a ton more members in the live stream today. Tons.
That's great.
I see some people with the 2-month, so that's based on how long they've, so Lefty,
Oh, okay.
Whisker, I know they joined right at the start. Chris has got 1 month.
Yeah.
So those change. I think the next one is a 6-month one. It isn't a number, but it's like an icon. Then there's a 1 year one.
Ignacio is joining us from Spain. I hope you're well, Ignacio.
Okay, let's grab this one. This is going to be... Dave is asking. So Dave said that you fit him into an Acura FX 100 in the past, and he's since swinging faster. Would you just basically go up? Maybe like FX 200 is the stiffer version of that?
Let's see.
Dave, you're going to get a hell of an answer, I promise you. Ian is going on the shaft profiling.
We'll have a look at Dave's file.
Your old file to see what you were up to. So stand by. How do you pronounce this name? Is that Irish? Or Scottish?
Irish.
Is it? Forgive me, I don't want to butcher this, Mr. McKenna. Let me find your question.
I think that's actually a version of Ian.
I kind of was...
Yeah, I actually think so.
I just didn't want to.
No, I think it is.
I don't know where your question is, but when I find it...
We'll find Ian for sure.
Okay.
So Dave, sorry, back just quickly to get Dave's
Yes,
answer on the
FX100s.
driver. Yeah, that's the whole reason for being sort of dynamically matched, etc. On the shaft.
Oh, I muted myself to wash my hands. There we go. Sorry, I'm back.
There he is. Yeah, so that's the whole reason for die matching is so that you can kind of progress up within the same same sort of window of shafts. So, yeah, I mean, 200 series would be a nice step up for you for sure.
Question on the sim driver. So I think it's been somewhat discussed that the sim is probably on the flatter side of drivers. Have you fit anyone using the upright setting so far? Or are you generally?
Yeah. I mean, if somebody's a bit of a handle raiser, yep, gotcha. we certainly utilise the upright setting on that.
I think they stated as 56.
56, and it goes to 60.
Right. So if you put it to 58, for example, that would basically make it like a Maverick standard or something.
Yeah.
Something in the regular range. Okay, good. Sounds like the audio is mostly fine. Yeah, guys, I think it's as good as it's going to be at the moment. I have to look into it further. I think maybe the laptop upgrade would help that a little bit, but we're pretty close. Sync is okay, I'm hearing. Okay. G410 driver and recently fitted. Okay. So Ian's saying he put his 3-wood shaft in his driver. No loss of distance and straighter. Should I leave it in?
If you're no loss of distance and you're straighter, I think the easy answer is yes.
It's kind of hard to say no to that. Not something that I would say happens very often, but...
Oh yeah, I would definitely say take a little look at why that's the case.
Yeah.
Maybe book a fitting if you can, Ian, somewhere close by.
Okay, from Daniel. Grip size. This is one we were just talking about this 5 minutes
ago.
We're
going to do a little dive into grips and do a little mini series on it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So Daniel's asking, is it just personal preference, or do you sort of do it based on hand measure, finger size?
It's not an exact science. Okay. It is absolutely not an exact science. There are lots of people who have a preference for a larger grip size, but they don't have the hand size to use that for what the book tells you.
Okay.
So, I think as a general guideline, hand size is fine, but I think always use performance and preference as well. How you feel the grip will ultimately have a bearing on your delivery. Right. So, same as how someone feels a shaft will have a significant bearing on delivery. It can often outweigh the bend profile. If someone feels a shaft being too soft and kicking too much, almost inevitably that handle gets pulled further forward.
Really?
Almost inevitably. So that's why at times you can get people who completely manipulate the bend profile. So you think a shaft is going to do something and it actually does the opposite.
Right.
Normally that's based on what you feel, and then what you feel like you have to do as a compensation.
Very interesting. Look what Lindsay just sent me. That's her watching. That's my dog. That's my dog saying, "Hurry up and take me for a walk." I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're doing what you're doing.
Who's it? Weird guy sitting next to my dad.
What is he doing on this screen?
Saying.
Okay. Oh, I just saw one I want to take and I lost it. Here you go. This is one I think that you would like to dive into. So when you move the loft sleeve to higher or lower loft, not including Y settings, will this actually cause the club to be more upright, or is each company's sleeve different?
In almost all sleeve cases, the answer would be yes. In almost all, there's a couple that don't work off of that single axis cog.
Yep.
But in most cases, when you move it off of neutral, it will go more upright.
Gotcha. Ricky's asking how to join our YouTube membership. Ricky, there's a join button over there underneath of Ian's Evian water, or go to our channel homepage and click join there. That is how you do it.
Look at that little badger.
There it is. Welcome, Jake. Yeah. New member with Jake. Welcome, Jake. And I think we're going to have to do some videos on iron shafts again. I think iron shaft questions have become the most common question in the last month. Constantly about iron shafts.
Just take a dive into...
I don't know what we're going to... I will have to think about it, but I've never seen more questions about this shaft versus this shaft. And
you guys, you love to know different shaft comparison videos. So shaft comparison videos are coming
Yeah,
your way.
throw that in a note. I think I know we have done it, but it seems like there's a lot of demand for it, so I think that's one that would be good to do. Ethan, new member, welcome. Welcome, Ethan. This is a good question. So Mark has 2 questions. One I can answer. Do you pretty much always go graphite in driving irons? Yes. And what is your favorite driving iron for high swing speeds?
3 spring to mind. Really like the new Titleist, the 500.
Yep.
I like the P790 UDI.
Okay.
And I really like the Strixon.
Do you?
U85.
Do you find faster players are okay with how large of a shape that is?
It's again, as long as their low point is far enough in front of the ball, then it's not a big sort of hindrance to the strike.
Sole width wise.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, so Golf 10's asking about the Arcos system. So yes, we do have it installed, but we
haven't taken a dive in it enough yet, have we?
We used it once because we live in a wintry wonderland,
Yeah.
but we used it in Florida. I was impressed with it. I thought the data was really interesting.
Arcos need to really step up. We could be using Arcos inside on the simulators.
Can you imagine they figure something out? Arcos/FSX collaborate. Yeah, no, we think it's a great system. Honestly, it's when the spring rolls around, we'll use it outside, but it's winter here.
I think Austin is doing himself a disservice here. Can we get Joe, Bandit, and Whisker official TXG titles? I think Austin would be
you can
right
have one
in there.
too. Yeah, you are definitely as frequent a visitor to the live stream as anyone.
I think you 4 are the original Godfathers.
Probably, yeah.
I think that's what you are. See, Whisker's adopted the Uncle Whisker. He's using that frequently.
He's using it
Oh, yeah, he's using that frequently.
That's how you know it's stuck, if you use it for yourself. And a lot of 3-wood bracket requests.
A lot of those, yeah. I think it's fair to say in this day and age, or the stage we're at with obviously everyone being confined to their homes, I think a bracket would be requested in just about every
putter
category.
bracket, wedge bracket.
Tell you what, I was
shoe bracket.
On the way in, I had my earphones listening to Dr. Paul Hurrian talking about some different things with Quintic. I mean, that system is so freaking good.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how good it is. There's actually an update I'm going to do later today.
Yeah. Good.
So good.
To like a hardware kind of thing, like a
new software,
new
features and functions. The software continues to get better and better. I think the hardware has been excellent for a long time, but there's new capabilities with the software. Just
nice.
it really distances itself, I think, from the competition. I don't think there's anything comes even remotely close to it.
True. Yep. All right. This is a quick, easy one.
Yep.
How much of a difference between Project X 7s and 6.5s?
5 grams.
That's it, right?
No, a little bit's different in the tip sections is predominantly it, but 5 grams is the difference.
Fantastic. This is great to hear. I'm very happy to hear this. So, a new member joined the Gold membership. Has been speaking with Chris, who's on the fitting team.
Yeah.
Chris is great.
It's great.
Really sharp.
Really good. I'm going to guess this is because I've been kind of monitoring all the interactions over the weekend. Whether that's Darren, who else? Probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. Nice.
Matthew.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
That's
it's really
awesome.
good. It's really good to see.
Fantastic to hear. Speaking of members, new member, welcome Barrett.
Barrett, welcome, my man.
This is a good question too.
I like a good question.
Would you fit into a 12-degree driver?
Someone with low speed.
Okay.
Someone who has excessively low spin loft.
So I feel like I could have used a 12-degree driver about 2 months ago and been just fine with it.
Yeah, somebody who is up on it a bunch with low dynamic loft.
Shaft lean.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Don't be afraid of loft. It's your pal.
Yes, it's whatever way you manipulate that loft, whether it's through rotation. Often we're trying to keep the ball in the air for longer without letting it nosedive too far left.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay. What are some of the highest spinning wedges we have tested? We have tested Cleveland CBX, super high spin, Glide 3.0s, super high spin. What would have been third? I want to say like SM8s would have been next.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. I mean, reality is
There's a
honestly
drop off after that, but
there's not too much.
no,
It's all to do. The high spinning is our consequence of creating the highest rate of friction.
right.
Right. That's where the highest spinning wedge comes from. Every single wedge is governed by the same rules.
Yeah, there's nothing other than just that can make it spin a bit more.
Yeah, I
than
mean,
something else.
like MD5 said that they found a
Jaws is-
breakthrough
Jaws is-
with the kind of groove technology. It's a great wedge and it spins a lot. I don't see it doing something that I can't get other wedges to do.
Sure.
Trust me, guys, it's more about the fit than which obviously wedge or club on its own doing all the work. It just doesn't work that way. You need to have the right fit.
Unfitted wedge versus fitted wedge will have the most spin difference.
It's a good video.
Yeah, it would be. I just had a question I wanted to take.
All these ideas keep
I know. Yeah, right.
fitted.
Where the?
Versus unfitted.
Lando's asking about my shirt. Yes, this is my business. If you're in the market for any marketing or creative work, that is my business. It's on the shirt. And the logo here.
Look at that.
Courtesy
Get those,
of
get those
Fairway.
logos out.
Fairway and Green provided me with some lovely shirts. Good turnout
your
today.
logos
Six,
out.
seven-
Get your logos out.
675 is a good attendance for the Q&A. Okay, Brian is asking, Ian, I swing 112 miles an hour. He's 2 degrees out to in, 2 degrees open, 1 degree down. Is sim with a graphite Tour ID VR7X. Oh, that's what he's in, sorry. Recommendations on settings for the head, and if that's not a great shaft for him, what else would be? I think the head choice is good. It's a good head choice, as far as I can surmise.
Yeah, I mean, the fitters went a little aggressive on the shaft flex and weight, which actually is a good thing to do.
Okay.
Generally speaking, if you do get someone who's getting a little excessive deflection, especially sort of tip deflection, increasing dynamic loft, that'll increase the spin loft as dynamic loft goes up and angle of attack is going down. So,
Right. So trying
I like
temper
that
that.
idea. I would probably go away from that bend profile though into something a little bit stiffer to maybe save you a little bit of that. I think I could probably get you the same deflection, if not even slightly less, but give you a little bit more weight savings and maybe match up a little bit more in terms of the shaft to your delivery. But again, it's all how do you achieve your 112,
Yeah, true.
right? A lot of people get to 112 in different ways. A lot of people need the weight in order to create better timing. Just depends on, is the thumbs
Just got
down
our first
coming in?
thumbs down.
That
Well, we
is
made
so
it
funny.
We made it 33 minutes.
Good morning, thumbs down.
Wherever you are,
You're always there. You're always watching. I love that you're dropping a big thumbs down in there.
I'd love to tell you where to go if we weren't live.
That is so good.
We'll find yourself something else to do.
You know what? Whether you're thumbs up or thumbs down,
You're here.
you're here, and that's ultimately it. I mean, you're throwing a thumbs down, but you're always watching.
Hello from Thailand.
That's almost even better.
I do.
That's
agree with that.
classic.
I do remember that, absolutely. Oh my God. Joe says McDonald's is offering a double Big Mac. That's new, Joe? It's been up here for ages. I've never eaten a double Big Mac, mostly due to shame. It's not that I don't want to try it, but I feel like when I ordered it, I would feel some shame. It's a big sandwich. I think you should just eat 2 regular Big Macs would be my personal fitting advice for the burgers.
So here's an image of every Project X shaft. 50, 55, 60, 65, 70.
Okay.
Right? So you can see the very similar EI curve that they follow.
Same shape?
Very similar shape. They're basically changing at the butt section.
Yeah, because the tip section looks
Correct.
like they're marginally different.
So this is where the mass is coming in. So this is where they add basically mass. So there's 5 grams of mass will go into that butt section
Right.
to create more of a more stiff feel.
That's basically what does it.
That's basically what does it. So if you look at that tip section, very, very, I mean, there's actually an argument, if you can very closely see that 6.5, that 6.5 looks a fraction softer than the 6.0. It may just have been the shaft that they tested in that particular test.
Fell down a bit.
But guys, I don't know if I can kind of hold it. I'll take a picture and I'll try and put the picture on the screen. But
Yeah,
this is a pretty cool image, I think.
Yep. So that's the full line of standard Project X from 5 to 7. Here, do it on this camera.
Where are we at? Is this the far one?
Hold it as close as you can, and I'll focus on it. Give me 1 second.
Where are we?
A little more to your right.
We get that?
Sort of here. Let me take a look here. See if I can get a little closer.
I think this is a pretty cool little image. There we go. That's awesome.
Is that in focus?
Okay, so that is cool. So as we, so you guys see, we've got basically every Project X shaft from 5.0 to 7.0. You can see down where all the EI curves gather at the tip section. They're extremely similar. Where you see the biggest difference, obviously, is the spread. That's the butt section of the EI curve. Right?
Crazy. Get this.
Cool, eh?
That's really cool. Grab another one while I tinker with this if you want.
Let's see.
Go ahead. All right, let's keep going. Why don't we do a little speed round? Speed round. Are we going to do a video on the Cleveland Turbo Driver? Yes. Rocket Ronnie will do it when we do Zexio stuff. Thoughts on Callaway Epic Flash Triple Diamond? Recently fitted. Okay, yeah. You tested that a little bit. Triple Diamond?
Yeah, I liked it.
You thought it was good?
Yeah, a little bigger.
You almost played it, actually.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I'll be interested to see when, I know there is a version, but I'm interested to see when the Maverick version comes out.
Yeah, that's true. Good question. What's the most similar Callaway iron to Tailor-Made P770s? That Apex Pro Dot thing or whatever?
Yes, 100%.
Because 770s were like a unreleased thing.
100%, yep.
Someone who is 5'6", do you recommend going with a shorter length iron?
I would.
Okay, good. Wedge miss is right and short.
Very common.
Shaft change.
Lie angle change.
Upright?
Yeah.
Upright. Donald, you're more than welcome. It is our pleasure.
Yep. Love the bad shots from the
That
racket.
was funny. It was funny. A little disturbed by how much people enjoyed it, but still funny. Slightly disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah. People like to when we humanize things.
I know. I'm going to do that more often. I'll make a little compilation once a month. They are pretty funny. Josh, when things are safe to travel, traveling with your clubs is pretty simple. Just get yourself a club glove, or Ping makes a good one. Ogio makes a good one. Fire them in there. You pay your $30 for your airline and throw them in your checked luggage. It's an easy process. Definitely recommend bringing your clubs with you, though. Okay, Zach hits his TS2 4,000 RPMs of spin. Way too much. Less loft, different head.
Both.
Yeah. Josh, you probably need a TS3 8.5 degree.
It's a great choice.
Speed round continues.
Deserves a glockenspiel, that one.
Hi. I love this. This is my favorite stuff.
I hear listening to the Scottish guy again.
Who's that damn Scottish guy?
I feel so bad for the poor wives having to listen to our BS. And
the reality is, though, people who are at home with wives, friends, doesn't matter how much you love each other, a little bit of distance is healthy. Do your own thing for a couple hours, come back, have dinner together.
It's true, it's true.
It's all just fine. Chris is asking. Chris just asked from MCC +4 lines, okay, to standard size, so 14 grams lighter. What impact will this have on swing weight?
Yep, it would lower your, so your swing would be around C9. you would need to add some headway back in there, Chris. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. You would, my man.
Gotcha. Good. So Matthew, I can answer this for sure, that your intensity orange is a little bit counterbalanced. So yes, if the head feels a bit light, then you would want to try a non-counterbalanced shaft. I would not add any weight to that head though, because it's already mighty heavy. Stephen, welcome. Welcome. Okay. Rob is asking. Rob is a +1 handicap. He plays Epic Flash Sub-Zero, 10.5 degree hazardous smoke 6.0. Okay, 115 swing. Driver has a tendency to go left on him, a little bit of a draw. He's pretty neutral. Does he want to consider a little stiffer?
Yes, sir.
Shaft? Yes.
100%.
Okay, good.
100%.
Do it. Whisker, we feel bad for you. -10.
What?
Yeah. It's a little warmer in this neck of the woods.
Nobody likes a frozen hose, do they?
No, well, not always.
I don't enjoy a frozen hose.
You don't.
My hose.
It's about 9 degrees Celsius here today. It's not too bad. Okay, recently went for a gapping session, ended up increasing loft in his irons AP3s, ended up getting more distance. Yes, we can explain why.
Not uncommon.
Too low spin and low launch previously, I would assume.
Yeah, it gets you into obviously a more optimized range with your launch conditions. So you can often not sacrifice any ball speed. You raise your launch and you get a more optimized spin, you're going to hit it a little further.
Gotcha. Those were Ian's meals. I swear they weren't junk food. I forgot that the camera's water today and people could probably see screwing around right there.
My meals.
Choking down on the club affects swing weight in what way?
Anytime you're short in the club like that, you're holding on to less mass, you're going to lighten it.
Oh, we got to find this. Sorry.
What's that?
Okay, I think Jonathan, could be wrong, but I think Jonathan sent us some kind of animated sticker.
What?
On YouTube. I got to find this. Jonathan, hold the bus. We're going to find this. Way too good to miss.
Well, a lot of questions.
I know. I changed the delay once every 3 minutes. There's a lot of people in here. Where the hell is that? Jonathan, I did see that dancing emoji at one point. I'm sorry we weren't able to put it on the screen, but thank you for the cheer up. It was up here. Like when you were doing something, I saw like a funny thing like up here, and I should have.
What's that? We'll go back up a little bit. What's that guy? That's that little learning emoji.
That's not one of ours. It kind of looks like one of ours.
It's good though. Right, so where are we looking to around?
If you can see that super chat,
okay.
two blue super chats in a row, I would go higher. It's definitely not that low.
Okay.
I do want to see this thing. All right, I'll continue the speed round while you look.
I'll find that.
Okay, Cameron's asking about blending P760s and P790s.
Yeah, a lot of people like the idea of doing that. I know.
P790, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 up in 760s.
Our boy Johnny Wonder done
Did
that. I think so.
So you would just weaken the loft of the P790s a bit, or strengthen the loft of the 760s a bit, and then they would blend.
What is the Bandit has this thing that Mark Crossfield doesn't like us.
No, I don't think he.
Crossfield loves us.
I hope he doesn't dislike us.
No, he definitely.
I was just talking to me the other day, so no, I don't think that's true.
He is not the guy that's delivering the thumbs down.
Bandit, I know you want that to be the case,
I know,
but I don't think it's the case.
Bandit is the thumbs down police. I love it. I cannot see that. I almost feel like I feel like this needs to be moved like way further down or something.
I don't know. We tried. We did try. If I find it later, I'll throw it up there. All right. JP, 1 year. Okay, I'm going to continue the speed round. I was enjoying that.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. 410 plus driver user. Good driver. Project X even flow black 6.5, but wants a higher flight. Would the even flow blue 6.5 be worth a shot?
You could. I think people are always going to be fairly disappointed though with shaft changes, and you may see it and go, oh, there it is, and then you hit a couple and go, oh, it's a bit lower.
Yeah.
And then go, oh, there it is.
It's a bit higher.
That's a bit lower.
Loft.
Loft,
Go
man.
up a half
Loft,
degree.
my friends. That's
Small
where you're going
plus.
to get it.
This is funny from Joe's son. JJ is a smart man.
Love that.
He's going to be
Love young JJ.
clearly destined for success.
What is this game that Big Al is playing?
WGT, it's an iPhone app.
Is it like...
Oh, no, that's not true. You can also play it on PS4 also now. It's just a video game.
Is it good?
For a free game, yeah, it's pretty good.
So you can play it on like a PS3, 4?
You can play it on your phone, or you can play it on a PS4. Yeah.
Huh.
For a game that doesn't cost, you can buy it's like any other app. You can buy stuff if you want, but
Right.
no, it's free. For a free game, it's not too bad.
Do you like that? $3.99.
I know. Welcome, Jeremy. Welcome.
Jeremy,
Sean is saying that the name.
how's your light doing?
It's been blanking.
Is it?
Yep. Sean was saying that the name I couldn't pronounce was more like an Owen sound.
It is Owen. That's right. Good. That is exactly right.
Learn something new every day.
Well, that must be a while back
I
now.
know. We're so far behind.
Okay, let me dive in here, Harry. I'm looking at too many different things.
No, that's okay. Are you taking one? What are you doing?
Let me see. I'm just going to try and find. There's one interesting. Ian, what got you into fitting? Being a crap golfer. Being not as good as I should be, or not as good as I would like to have been. Just in an obsessive sort of manner of trying to be better. That was purely what got me into it. Was trying to extract as much performance. I mean, you've got 14 tools in your golf bag, and every one of them needs to be optimized in order to help you play better. So I was always just intrigued by how you can manipulate every single one to do its own job much better. And it's actually something I've been thinking about a lot over the last few days. I mean, you know, this kind of time is very, very challenging, and you know, globally, economically, it's very challenging. But it gives you a lot of time to think.
It does.
And when you have time to think, sometimes some refreshingly new and different ideas can come from that. And I've been trying to do a lot of that type of stuff. And you know, I can almost see a day where every single golf club in the bag gets its sort of own sort of optimization.
Kind of like what Callaway is moving towards with their.
Kind of.
I know I won't be popular for bringing that
Yeah.
up, but that's the only thing I've seen where like
I know.
a set of irons is technically unique. Right?
Dude, let me take you back. Let me take you back to Burner 2.0.
Was I alive for this?
The Unstoppable 8. Stop.
As long as it's something after my.
So Tailor-Made, yeah. So Tailor-Made designed. If I can see if I can find this. I remember
It's a video. It's a video. Yeah.
So they were called the Unstoppable 8. So
I remember those.
These were basically 8 irons individually engineered for its own unique purpose.
Okay.
A 4-iron engineered to perform like a 4-iron. A
Right.
wedge designed to perform as a wedge needs to perform.
Yeah.
So I mean, AI is obviously going to help with regards to the designing of the face
Yeah,
for
it's
that.
a face-specific thing.
Yeah, but you know, this was, and someone else will have an idea of when they done it before Tailor-Made done
I
it.
was gonna say, like, I'm sure every company to some degree
Yeah.
does do a variation of that.
Yeah.
Just a question of how much.
Definitely, but yeah, I think in the future there'll come a time where we fit people's long irons. We could very well fit you to P760 long irons.
Yeah, you probably could.
We could do 785 mid irons, and we could do 620 MB short irons.
Sure.
You know, at some point that's going to make some form of sense. Maybe not an extreme with the lofts, but if the lofts match up well, you could certainly do it.
I mean, because 30 years ago, having a set of 1 through 7 woods was a pretty common thing, and now no one really does that.
I think sets of anything are
gone.
kind of dying away, aren't they?
I agree with that. Yep. Yeah, wedges are no different. All right, from Cameron. Cameron is usually pretty neutral, but his big miss, okay, so he's got a bit of a two-way miss, a bit of a push slice or a pull hook. He's playing a Rogue Sub-Zero 9 degree.
I think that might be a bit of your issue. It sounds like, I mean, your delivery doesn't sound too sort of extreme. It does sound like, however, the driver head is probably not quite forgiving enough. I think, Cameron, you could definitely find yourself in a slightly more forgiving head. So maybe going, which mismatches the face angle the most. There's going to be a fingerprint in your DNA delivery that is going to tell us what side is the better side to hit it on, and then we're going to try and cater the club face towards that. So.
You want me to put that up?
What's that? What does that mean?
This is greater than that. Less than is on the right. Greater than is on the left. Agree. All right. Oh, good question. I'm gonna get my protein shake. I'm starving.
Okay,
Take that one. I think that's.
Would you recommend any drawbys, 3 woods in particular? Really like the SFT from Ping. Really like the Sim Max D. That's a really good one. Eric is asking, do we ever test Aerotech shafts? I'm having some wrist issues and want to shift out steel. Yeah, we have steel fiber. We have 85 and 95 in steel fiber. Maybe some 110s in the future could end up in the matrix.
So you're going kind of mid to lightweight at the moment with those?
Yep.
Acro on the heavier end.
Anthony, thoughts on fitting with quad versus TrackMan? Can you fit without club head data? Reality is, if you're not measuring, you're guessing. Right. So
yes, you should.
indoors, you definitely want to be using a camera-based system. If you're indoors and outdoors, there's a serious argument for keeping that information consistent. So I prefer to use quad in both scenarios because it helps me give the same information if I work with my students indoors and outdoors.
Okay. Yeah.
I think if you're purely outdoors, I can absolutely see the argument for going with TrackMan. I'd be hard pushed not to go that route myself.
I think that's fair.
Then we can start to analyze some elements. But if there's an indoor-outdoor element, then I think sticking with a consistent technology like quad would be my preference.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's resume some.
Why don't I try? We'll do one each, and I'll take one from the newest ones, and you take one from somewhere down the line.
Okay. Ball question. Looking for a ball that launches low, spins a lot. Those will go together, which is good, but is still soft. Currently plays the BXS. Soft, spins low, launches high. Okay. Probably doesn't launch high by design, Kyle. I wouldn't think. Would it? BXS wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be high launch
intentionally, anyway.
No.
You'd have to go with something.
So Kyle's looking for
basically low launch, high spin, soft. Probably RB Tour X would be the only ball that would be spinnier than what you're currently playing. Sorry, it's this one here.
So that's what he's already in. Is a BXS.
Sorry, I said RB Tour X would be the only ball that would probably give him more of that kind of lower launch, higher spin.
The Tour X is that he's already playing the high spin ball. The Tour X is the lower spin ball.
Sorry, RB Tour X, Mizuno.
Oh, RB Tour X. Fuck, those sound so similar.
No, sorry.
Mizuno.
I just decided to continue letting you mishear me.
It's one of those things. The Mizuno ball is great, but there's clearly some issues with the
cover is not the most durable.
The durability.
That's a real issue.
There's clearly durability issues with that cover.
Do you think they'll have a new updated version at some point this year?
Yeah, I would think so. I really hope so because I think they have something pretty special in their hands.
It's so close to being.
I really think they have something special. But the reality is, think back to when we were playing Balata golf balls. They were so soft, they were so soft and didn't last any time at all.
Yes.
But that was kind of the, that was what you knew what you were getting with.
Well, that was just the par for the course, right? It was just
That's
what
it.
it is. Yeah.
So.
Okay, you grab one. Grab one from the current down. I'm sort of catching up.
Matt, do you use a pured shaft in your driver?
No.
No, neither of us do. Ian going off on TrackMan versus quad. Thoughts on TrackMan University? Does quad have something like that? TrackMan University is brilliant. It's funny, I still highly recommend all of our team to get TrackMan certified. Yeah. I think the information in that is absolutely brilliant. There's a quad version. I forget what it's called. Liam Mucklow does it. I think it's Golf Lab certified. His one is go to Golf Lab. I don't know if it's golflab.com.
Well, that's a couple of videos that we did. Actually, I think are on there, aren't they? Remember we did an irons and
did they ever make their way on there? I don't know if they.
Well, they took them, so I would assume that.
I don't know if they were our best work, to be fair.
They were okay. Yeah, I think they were okay. I don't know what it's called either, but they do have one. They definitely have one. Chris is asking, what are the less hook-biased hybridos out there? TS3?
TS3,
G410?
yeah. Sim, if you're looking for a fairly neutral hybrid, it's definitely not draw biased.
Gotcha.
Can you explain soft step iron shaft versus hard step iron shaft and standard? So irons have generally step patterns, right? So I don't know if we can actually. Can we do what we've done with that screenshot? Can we zoom in on that camera again?
Yep. We can.
Right.
You show me where you want to be and I'll change it.
See if we can try, if Matty, to get in those tip sections.
So you'll have to get, if you wanted to see that, you'll have to just come around here. You need to be closer.
Yeah, 1 sec. Just going to get a little bit of an extreme going here.
Come around this way and go about here. You can come closer than that.
I think if you zoom it in, they can see it.
How's that?
There, how is that looking? Can you see that's where the first step is? If I come a little close, I'm trying to see the screen at the same time. Okay, guys, so here is the first step on the X7, right? So here you have a tip section, and then the steps start to kick in. They get progressively larger as we go. Here's an S400 shaft.
Just go that way, a shade.
Perfect.
This way? Yep, perfect.
And here's the first step. So the wider parts of the shaft are the stiffer parts. So this is the progression of the shaft in stiffness as the steps obviously increase. Okay, so the S400 has a much longer step than the X7. So here and here are basically where this step starts on X7, starts on S4. Basically what that means is the X7 starts to get stiffer much, much earlier. So if we were to take a 5-iron shaft, so this is a 6-iron shaft, so if we were to take the 7-iron shaft, the 7-iron shaft would have a shorter tip section. 8-iron shaft would have a shorter tip section again than that. That's them starting to get progressively stiffer as they go in. So that's part of the design on long irons versus mid versus short irons, is the length of that step. Okay, so if we change the shaft insertion, so we put a 4-iron shaft with that long tip section that we talked about, and we put that in a 5-iron, we're effectively making that shaft play softer because it has that longer tip section. We can flip that about and we can put a 5-iron shaft with the shorter tip section in a 4-iron and make it play stiffer, right? So it's all dependent on the progression of that. Now, you might be dealing with a set of Project X shafts that don't have steps. That then is harder to show you guys, but it's the same premise.
Yep.
Is that the shaft, as it's narrow, is soft. As it gets wider, it gets stiffer, right? It's all about how much exposure of the soft part you have, how much exposure of the stiff part you have.
Gotcha.
Right?
So wider part of the shaft is always stiffer.
Always stiffer. Always is just a hard fact.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very good. What time is it? 11:20. I'll say what I have to say every week. If you haven't asked your question yet, save it for next time.
Okay.
Because we're going to do our best to get through a bunch now before we go and start filming the bracket.
The bracket. So, guys, like Matt says, Questions. Can we get some like Godfather emojis? Some like old Don Corleone
Probably could.
emojis.
That might be a copyright issue.
Something, even something somewhat similar for the Godfathers.
Anything is possible.
Guys, questions. We're not going to get to any more, unfortunately, but Whisker, yes, I'm on the Foresight Advisory Panel. This is correct.
Yep.
Let me know who you guys think will win the bracket.
Yeah, if you're going to add somebody to
Right.
the chat, say who's going to
So
win.
let us know now. We've got about how many more minutes? 5, 6 more minutes?
Let's do 10 at most. I just
Okay.
want to get through all the questions that have already been asked.
10 at most. No more questions. And let us know.
Which one of these?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to lightning round. I just want to make sure we get everyone that sent us a super chat. 'Cause I
So
don't
we've
like
got
to see
Maverick,
people.
Maverick, Ping, Maverick, Ping.
Michael. Looks like Maverick is.
Maverick, of
currently
course,
out.
Maverick, of course.
Did Austin just join membership? Welcome, Austin. Or you already were, and I'm just an idiot. Whoa! It's kind of evening out a little bit. I will-
Freaky deaky,
I will-
Mavericky.
Bandit says I will win the bracket. My bank account won't win the bracket, but I might. I think Freaky Deaky is the next emoji.
Freaky deaky.
Speaking of.
How do we do a
votes.
freaky deaky, Mavericky?
Oh, I'll make it happen. Okay, speed round. You keep an eye on that.
Okay,
while we
we'll do.
Okay, so Trevor's asking. Top of his bag is an M5 driver, 10.5. I don't know what that is. Is that a matrix
That
shaft?
is a UST shaft.
Okay, it was close, but not quite. U500 smoke, okay, driving iron.
Mm-hmm.
What is a good option in the woods department? Great question. Mix of spin and distance. So obviously a fast swing speed player, Trevor
Mm-hmm.
would be. So not a low spin 3-wood or 4-wood, I guess, would be what he'd be in the market for. Mid spin, perhaps?
Love a graphite design DI for those players. Nice and stable,
Mm-hmm.
but not overly stout in the tip section.
And what head in the woods would be great?
I think we've seen our pick of the bunch this year has been, of the new ones certainly,
Mm-hmm.
we've really enjoyed Sim so far, haven't we?
Sim Max also, like if
Sim
like
and
Sim Max,
Sim
if you
Max,
wanted
yeah.
more spin, I'd test both. That's true. That's a great 3-wood.
Yep.
Joe wants to see some more putter stuff. I think we can make a day of that for sure.
Yep.
I think that's a no-brainer, Joe. Nicholas,
Welcome, Nicholas.
welcome, my friend.
No one, what does that say? No one shows love for Wilson.
We've tested some Wilson.
We have
Michael.
tested Wilson products. I think I know a bunch of the guys in the UK. I mean, I think Rick Shields was really tight with the Wilson guys
Well, he
at
did
one
the show.
point.
He did the show.
Yeah,
right?
he done well with the show, and
Yep.
so.
We test Wilson stuff when they drop it off at the shop. We test everything they drop off. So I don't-
The driver bracket is available on Amazon Prime.
that would be great. Be a dream come true. Maybe one day, Bandit.
Bill McGloin was behind the game. He says, spoiler, I hadn't watched the second
Sorry,
semi-final yet.
Bill. It's been out for a couple days though, Bill.
I know.
YouTube moves fast. Okay. Russ is asking, if the AVX works well for me, what would be a good ball for slightly more spin? Okay, good question.
The new AVX.
The new, yeah, Russ, get the newer AVX. Unless you are talking about the
Pro V1.
then Pro V1.
Pro V1 Russ would be good.
But yeah, if you were using 2019 AVX, get the new one because it's just a little bit more spinny. Okay, I am continuing.
Anything else?
This, yeah, I gotta grab these super. I just don't want people to waste their money.
Agreed.
Makes me feel guilty.
The guilt.
Okay, when you cut a driver 3-wood down and add weight to the head, does the added weight distort the flex of the shaft? Good question. Good question.
Well, I mean, they should. If you're doing it with a knowledgeable club builder, they can obviously take the initial CPM
Right.
and try to match that back up. So
Like tipping it or something?
as the shaft, so you're going to be tipping the shaft to get it to obviously go shorter.
Right.
But then you're adding head weight back in to recreate the balance.
Right.
But by adding the head weight back in, you're softening the shaft as you go. So you can definitely get pretty darn close to where you were.
Okay, good. Joseph. Love his irons, Cobra King CBs, Project Deck LZ, okay. His wedges have a launch and height problem. Glide 3.0s with the same shaft. Head, shaft, or is it basically the nature of the
Gain
head?
improvement. So I'd need to probably know what your problem is. So
Sorry, it's too,
a launch and height
it's too
problem.
high, I would assume. I would have to assume, right? Too high?
Too high.
Keep an eye if he answers. Joseph,
Okay.
just confirm for us that you mean too high. I would have to assume you mean too high.
Got it by the GI nature of the pings. Yeah, I mean, it's something, you know, SM8 have addressed in the short ads. We've talked this a little bit. So maybe, Joseph, try, you know, see if you can get in somewhere to try some SM8s and see if that helps you with that slightly further forward CG.
I think that's great. Worth the test.
John.
Welcome.
Welcome, my man.
Thank you for joining
Welcome, John.
us. Another John is asking, 25 handicap, is it worth getting fit for a full bag? 105 swing speed. Yes, John. 100%.
100%. 100%.
It's worth it for
10%.
any skill level. 25 handicap is not anywhere near bad. That's also worth saying. Okay. I know I really want to get through these if I can. Next week's delay is gonna be
Sam
2 minutes.
saying Maverick with a score of 331.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Make a
that's
note
the
of that.
next one, guys. What is your guess on the aggregate score? Right, so 337 is the world record. The world record. Do you know what I thought would be a good idea? So Big Al was doing a thing on his page of trying to hit the
Oh,
golf
don't make
ball.
me do that.
No, I'm thinking you've already done it.
Okay.
You've already by miles.
Yeah.
I was thinking of going through the bracket and adding up the aggregate distance you've hit all the.
Yeah, because it's about 3,000 something yards.
You normally hit it 3,300 yards
per
per driver.
So
pretty
about
much.
6,000 something per video.
Exactly. Times obviously every match that we've had. It's a long way that golf ball's traveled.
Probably gone to, I don't know, probably gone to Kingston, gone to Accra headquarters by now, something like that, 200 kilometers.
I don't know, it'd be pretty cool to see.
Al had to hit 100 balls or something ridiculous. I watched part of his video, I was laughing. There's Austin. Okay, Austin's getting a special welcome. Just for you, Austin. Just for you. Just for you. Ward's asking how many questions can you ask with a gold membership. So Ward, you will have email access to the fitting team. You can chat with the boys back and forth. There's
Back
not really
and
a limit.
Yep.
They'll tell you if you're asking too many.
You'll get told to back off.
Yeah, but I'm sure you will be just fine.
Oh, John. Can we ban John Kay?
Why? Soccer stuff again?
Banned.
Where?
Where was it? Where was it, John? Aggregate score, Celtic 331, Rangers none. John, you and I can't be pals.
That's funny.
You and I cannot be pals.
Okay, you'll get over it, relax. 2020 fittings.
Moving to Canada's definitely softened my...
That's a scary thought. You're obsessed still. What were you like when you're at home?
freaky deaky.
Freaky deaky. Okay, so far this year, best 2 drivers, best 2 fairways, best 2 hybridos, in your opinion.
Or who?
Okay, most frequently fitted 2 drivers, 2 fairways, 2 hybridos.
Sim is awfully good.
Okay, love it.
Awfully good. And I'd say Sim and G410.
Ooh,
Are
and that
still
goes
our
across
top.
the woods.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, again, guys, love all the questions, but hold them for next week because there is no way we can get to more than a couple more. Yeah, eventually we can get Larry in when we're using gears.
LC.
But not until it's safe to be near people.
I know that's very true, isn't it? We have a day planned with gears today.
Yes, today's Gears Day.
Today is Gears Day, guys. So everyone who's been waiting for gears, which is certainly the original crew from
Yes,
Patreon.
they will all remember why and what.
So we have some pretty cool topics coming up on gears, shaft deflection, and how it can influence club face orientation.
Before you, sorry, not to interrupt,
Mm-hmm.
but we're going to be on FaceTime with Michael Neff, who is the Gears guru, for a couple
Yes.
hours.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a huge help to getting us better acquainted, and also do tests while he's
Yeah.
on, so he can basically help us make sense of
We
the
have
data.
lots of different ideas for how to test things. Michael's going to help us shortcut our way of presenting that so it doesn't become a mess.
It's
basically.
a perfect way to say it.
We're going to do, when it comes to shaft flex, is softer faster? A lot of people think softer provides more energy and obviously hits the ball further, and is stiffer slower but more accurate? Does COM influence shaft deflection, so center of mass? Does CG influence shaft deflection?
That's a really interesting
It's
one.
going to be a good one.
Yep.
an influence of grip size on delivery, which we're going to revisit a previous video that we have done.
Yep.
But we've not done it with gears, where we can show things like grip roll. We can show things like
Grip speed is on there too.
Yep.
Did you see that one? Crazy.
yeah. So it
Grip
can kind of identify multiple sections of the club, and it can basically analyze the performance.
Do you think, just because I wouldn't mind letting people see a bit of what we're up to this afternoon, do you want to do like a 5-10 minute Instagram live at some point, and I can just show people a little bit of what we're up to? So if you don't follow us on Instagram, do so, because we'll pop on for like a quick live later just to show you what we're up to.
Whisker. OMG, fake news. Come on, Whisker.
It's real news. We promise. Quickly, sorry. If someone's looking to change a strike pattern, is a lie angle going to change a strike pattern?
Let's do it. Let's do that test.
Okay, but do you think quickly for Chris?
Let's-
Okay, Chris, we're making a video
Chris,
just for
we're
you.
doing it for you, pal.
Literally for you.
We are doing it for you.
Write that down.
This
I love
one came up actually in some stuff I was looking at over the weekend. Yeah. Does.
Yeah, Joe's laughing like when we put this software we use to live stream it's really good. Unfortunately, it doesn't populate emojis yet. I really hope they add it, but I know it's pretty funny. Luckily, I never wrote any stupid descriptions for the emojis, or they would have been appearing on screen.
So there's lots of there's some people asking if I'll do a driver bracket. I need to find a new driver. I don't know if we'll do a driver bracket. A driver bracket takes a lot. It's a lot of work, isn't it? I mean, it is a lot of work.
Let's do some kind of driver thing for you, whether it's
A little more than a fit, but a little less than a bracket.
So why don't we stream one day? We'll test a bunch of different stuff with you, and we'll just make it like a live fitting thing, where you fit yourself, and I look at what you're doing. That's not bad, eh?
We'll have a think about it.
Okay, we'll do something. Okay, Cameron's asking. We need to stop in about 5 minutes. So Cameron is gained some speed. He uses
Good
C
man,
taper.
Cameron.
Yeah, C taper light stiff, and he's hitting it long and left. Would you recommend going stronger flex or stronger shaft profile?
Yeah, stiffen that profile up a little bit. Maybe go to jump up 10 grams and go to a C taper stiff. Don't know how obviously.
Much faster, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's no spam bots, no sexy spam bots today. I'm disappointed and happy.
Someone was saying that they reckon it's because of all the kind of, the butt and tip stiffness and like all the verbiage that gets used at times. Like, no wonder we get fucking sexy bots.
I don't know that it can transcribe what we're saying that fast and throw the sex bots in there, but sure.
Mikey should fit Mr. Fraser. We want to see the
That's a good
fight.
idea.
Mikey. Mikey and I would just end up. We're like big brother, little brother. We'd end up fighting with each other.
You guys would be bickering the whole time. People want to see that, they can stay home. Okay, I think we probably should sign off.
We are heading on out.
Guys, this was great. Again, if you asked a question, we apologize if we didn't get it. Please save it for next time. We did okay, but
It's hard, man.
I'm going to have to bump that chat delay to, I hate to say it, 5 minutes next time. Okay, fine, one more. Last one. Atmos Black Tour Spec 8 TX, good lord.
Big
It
boy
is
shaft.
3-wood, which I hit great. Ventus 7 Black X, I'm starting to lose my words.
Yep.
Which I don't have great control of. Any tips with this limited knowledge would be great, okay.
I'd love to know what head obviously that's in. I'd love to know, part of what is contributing towards the struggle. So, I mean, the shaft is just one element. So,
Yeah, that's true enough. Rob, you can absolutely have one.
Let me see. Who put that
Just for kicks.
in there? Bam, 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 bam. Just for kicks. Okay, shoot the TXG
Info.
Instagram.
Oh, DM, yeah.
DM me in the TXG Instagram just for kicks, and give me a little more information. That's your super. I don't want to waste your super chat on a crap answer. So
Give us a little more info.
give us a little more info, and make sure you let us know don't use your personal name. Use your handle.
Use your YouTube name.
Just so I know that it's you, and then I will be sure to get back to you.
Okay, good. All right, this was a great show.
Really
As
good
usual.
show. Yeah.
Always fun.
Yep.
So what are we about to do? We're going to probably get a little bit warmed up.
Oh, stretches, bit of yoga.
I might run around
the Swedish masseuse is coming in, isn't she?
That would be nice. Olga?
Social distancing. She can't come in today.
She comes in a hazmat suit. Yeah, get loosened up and it's bracket time.
Drives her elbow into your back, shoulder, neck.
Every time I've ever been for a massage, I always say to them, go easy. I don't need to be beaten up. Okay. Yeah, if you don't follow us on Instagram, do so. We'll post a few little updates about what we're up to all day.
Can't believe there's going to be a winner at the bracket.
It's exciting.
It's devastating for you guys. You won't know till tomorrow.
Must be rough. Must be rough.
Well,
but you
all worth it in the end.
You would not want a video that I edit tonight because it would be rife with mistakes.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Have a good one, guys.